Welcome back, people. Today I'm going to attempt possibly one of the hardest things that you can do in calligraphy, and that is a cadell. A cadell or a visual, right? If I said that right. While flicking through this book, the Calligrapher's Bible, I came across this page and it said cadells. You can't read it because I've got the tracing paper over the top of it, but it said cadells or cadukes or cadells, and it's these funky, like, try not to take up the tracing paper, and it's these funky cadells. I thought, that's hard. Anyone attempting that has got to, it's hard. So I thought, well, I'll try it. But reading these instructions in this book, even these ones over here that say bits and bobs, it doesn't really, I just don't feel like comfortable, or there's the teachings here are good, but doesn't go all the way. Do you know what I mean? I've got to find a way around it to see the length of things or the structure. So the only way I could do it was to not trace it first, but then measure it with a ruler. Measure this distance between this and the furthest points of this side, right, and the furthest points between these two edges, to make sure that the grid that's on this, then I know then, don't I? If you look at, where's my pencil? If you look at this curvature of this thing here, this curve, I know it starts in the second square down, and it's got to virtually be in the half of that square. Each one of these squares here, right, should be 2 centimeters. So it's 2 centimeters depth and 2 centimeters. It's 2 centimeters square. So it's got to be inside that there, right? So knowing that now I've got a grid over this, I've got to replicate that grid here, which I have done. Each one of these squares is 2 centimeters. So we've got 8 centimeters for the length, and the height is 10 centimeters. I've got 5 squares. So that is equal to what I see in the book. That's that plan out of the way. You know where I'm going. And if you look at the instructions, it says 30, 40, 30, 70. So I've gone 30 across the board. This is my first ever attempt, people. I've gone 30 across the board. Where they are, like this, I think that is one of them, but it doesn't actually match to this. I can't actually see that anywhere here. So I'm just going to ad lib a little bit here, as well as you've got an artistic move, haven't you? A little bit of ground for artistic, your own flair on things. So I'm going to use my own artistic flair to try and recreate some of this stuff. I'm shaking thinking about doing it. So yeah, and then got this thing here, which is this curvature. You can't see it on camera. You see this curvature here, where, if I can get that up, this curvature here, this big circle ball over here, on alongside the main shaft of the vertical lines you see here in the center. I think that's when I'm going to start, in the vertical lines, then do the rest after. That's that thing down here that says 70. So give or take a degree or two, it's virtually 30 across the board. That's what I've determined. The pen I'll be using for this idea, or first ever tried it at a cadell at the L, is this one, which is, I think, 2mm. Yeah, I worked out it's got inside each one of these 2 centimeter squares, I can get 10 nib widths, and that works out for one nib, it's a 2mm nib. I've got it at a Cadell L Fractor, because inside there it also talks about it as being a member of the Fractor family, but at the top of the page it says Gothic black letter. So you can go call it black letter if you like. It says Gothic black letter. I'll rip this off at the end so you know what that is. And you know what this is? It's page 32 of the book, Calligrapher's Bible, and that's today's date. We don't need the ruler. That can get put away. I used a, what they call, is that a protractor? I used a protractor to get the 30s across it, and then used my eye to get the ruler. So I did these lines and then used my own eyes to get the 30-degree angle guidelines. So won't be needing that no more. That's all that is explained. Oh, well, then inside, I thought let's do a bit of research and try and find something that looks like that. And the only thing I can get that looks like this, these visuals, is this stuff. And yeah, I mean, this tells me absolutely not really much about it. It just seems like you draw these lines here, then line these up, but it doesn't actually teach you how to actually do it. It's sort of, oh, does that look like that? You know what I mean? You haven't got no guidance. So this is what I said about I'm doing it my way. So if you think that this way could help you, then draw yourself a grid out. I mean, I could blow this if I wanted to do a large version. I could just blow this up, as long as I've still got 5 squares by 4. I could blow it up to an A3 size if I wanted to. Do you know what I mean? As long as I keep that grid system on it, I can blow this to any size I wanted. That was my plan. That was my idea. If it helps you to have a go of it, your first ever stab, please, put the comments. I'm going to try this for myself. So I think I'm going to have a little swig of my tea. Oh, here we go then, people. I might put my book over on this side. Hopefully, people, you find this entertaining. So I think, like I say, my first lines are going to be this, like these vertical lines here, and they start in the second square, roughly of the diagonal half of the diagonal, and then they come down, and the first one finishes in the bottom square on the corner to an airline before it comes to this curve. So I'm going to bring it down, and then it's sort of also the gap between this edge of this line here. You can't see that line, but this grid system here, it's sort of about 2 pen widths across. So I'm going to go roughly 2 pen widths down and bring the first diagonal line down. That's the plan. Oh, I can't get there. Let's move my tea out of the way. Come on now. I want to lean this book up here where I can get to it and see it. I can't see it there. Okay, is it safe? I think it's safe. Okay, you can't see this. Now I need to get my pen ready. Let's get that working again. Hey, come on. It's not working. It's not working, people. It stopped working for me. Ah, we got it. So we're starting on this. I think I'm going to go just above this line, and we're going to start it here, have we? Yeah, so we're going to come down on that line, down to here, and then into there. Bloody, that's a fair old thing, isn't it? Right, we're going there, are we? 2 pen widths across. So bring that down. Hopefully, people. And this is a solid line. Not too bad. It's not too bad. Maybe zoom in a little bit, maybe. That's more like it. Now you can see it a bit better. It's my first ever try, people, so forgive me. Now the second line has a little gap. So as long as I keep on that diagonal here, I'm going to come, where's that finish? Just after the first square. So that finishes there. And then the second square starts about here. And that finishes just over the next square. So that goes to there. And then you have another little gap. So it's about there. And bring that in. Hey, now the diamond shapes, I've worked out if you put your, can you see it? Yeah, I'll put it there then. If you put your pen on the actual paper, right, you put the pen on the paper and hold it there for a second and do that, that's what I call a diamond shape. And I'm going to get 4 diamond shapes in here. So I'm just going to do it there. I'm going to go 3 instead. Yeah, that's not, I'll have to buy that, and then I'll put 1 there. I'm going to go 3. They are, people. I've now ad-libbed. Now we need a solid line again. It's that solid line with this ink. So very close to it. Hopefully keeping that degree angle. Oh, we've got a bit A-wire there, people, but not too bad. I can add that to it after, no problem. Then we have to sort of do it again. Keep on that. Does it go all the way to, yeah, it goes all the way to the corner. And then we have that there, that's fine. So we need another one of these, yeah. Then I think we'll start it about there. Again, I'm doing this as I'm ad-libbing, and then we'll put the other line into there. Hey, okay, not too bad, not brill either. Then we want these, I'll put 2 there instead, and then I'll put that there. Do you know, people, I think I'm going to keep that as it is. It's my first ever try. And then we've got one final solid line. Can you get them up there? That's it, that's better. Then this solid line that comes all the way down in a final stroke. For some reason it went a bit A-wire there. Not too bad. Hey, it's not too bad. First ever try, people. So we're going to let that ink dry a little. Now I've got something that looks like that anyway. Yeah, ish. Now, what we're going to do now, I've got this swirly bit here that comes down and it curves across the 1, 2. So we're inside the second one and it goes curve, and this bottom of that line has to come to about there. So I'm going to curve it round and bring it to there. Okay, let's try that one. Dear. Let me try and get this working again without getting ink on me. Yep, working good. Can you see that? So it starts life just in this second and curves around and comes to a stop here, does it? Hopefully it doesn't. Do you know what, people? That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Then the second one starts just above this line at an angle of 30 and then comes up, it curves around here and then comes around on itself and finishes about here. So we're going to give that a go. I'm going to go just above there but very close to it. So that goes there, does it? Well, I'm going there anyway. And that curves around, that then comes back on itself. Hey, not bad. And then we have to sort of, we have to have a second one, and it has to be inside. This pen needs to come over there. We need a second one that then sits on this and creates that move. This then has a little connector like that. Then we've got a little connector here, and then this comes down at an angle and a little connector there. Hey, not bad. I'll buy that for $1. What do you think? Ish, not too bad. So, with that little, I'm playing here, people. I don't know what you think, but yeah, not too bad. I'm just having a go. Yeah, I'm just having a go. So I'm going to carry on playing with it, right? So it's, for you, you're going to come back and see me playing with it. Because at the moment we're 15 minutes and I've been waffling on and doing bits. I now then can get rid of this camera that's in my face and crack on and try my best to create that. Okay, people? So in 3, 2, 1, you're going to come back to the big reveal. Okay? So in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, people. There it is. There is it. There's my first ever attempt at it. So it's my first attempt. So let's zoom in a little bit so you can see it. I'm standing up at the moment, but it's not bad. But it isn't great either. I can see I've made a mistake up this here's all not completely wrong at the top here, but isn't great either. These bits. Wow, this was tough. I think I've done not too bad on this corner. You know, this arc, this circle bit. Let me try and get the actual finished piece, well, the actual thing out of here. Let me rip this off now. I can reset it after if I want to have another go at it. Come on, try not to rip the paper, which I should be able to. Come on, give me masking tape. Get out of it. So there it is, side by side. It ain't too bad. You can see I've messed up on this bloody corner here. Should be one swirl, but give or take, it's not bad. So it's your choice, people. I want you to judge me, really. I mean, you can say to yourself, here's my scoring system anyway. I get a 1 for trying, don't I? Do you know what I mean? I get a 1 for trying. I think I'm going to give myself a score, right, as my first ever try. Where's my pen? My score for this, a 2. At least I've tried. Trying gets me a 1, and 2, it ain't too bad. So I'm going to give myself a 2, right, out of 10. 2 out of 10, happy days. I'd like to get to maybe a 4, maybe a 5. 5 is average. 5, it looks almost like it. Do you know what I mean? It looks almost like it. When I get to like 6 and 7, it's going to be hard to spot the mistakes. When I get to 10, I've mastered it. Do you know what I mean? So my first ever attempt, people, at a Cadell L Factor black letter. Do you know what I mean? When you look at it like that, it ain't that bad, is it? It's only when you zoom in on the bloody thing, you can see, that's wrong and that's wrong. And do you know what I mean? But, well, give me your score, what you think I deserve, or comments or suggestions on how it can be done. I mean, I've used this grid system based on the book. Do you know what I mean? On this book. So I definitely need to do more practice, but not bad for the first attempt. So hopefully you might try this technique and try it for yourselves, making the grid system and using graph paper to do it. You haven't got to use graph paper, any paper. But yeah, give it a try, people. And thank you very much for watching. And I hope to improve on this next time or in the future. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Thank you.